Ladies and gentlemen, JT Podcast Prelude reality begins.
JT went live yesterday, even though I didn't catch that live. I was sleeping. Time difference. You understand?
If I lose, okay, if I cannot defend myself, if I cannot really defend myself, or maybe have someone who can defend myself, prove that whatever I was doing is the right thing, as to me, I can be defeated, even though, to be honest, even though I'll be the one on the right, on the right side.
Really relate. Is it a really check-in on JT Podcast? Because JT is speaketh, and it's like a prelude. JT Podcast have known that is going to lose this case, and that is an interlude. There is a prelude, things that are just going to happen, because if you look at the case, merit and demerits, and the president said that it stands as authority for the next case determinant. Having all factors constant, ceteris paribus, JT Podcast is going to lose this case. And the majority of subscribers must also be prepared to chip in. All those your minions and millions that you're having and keeping in safe, you got to send them to JT Podcast. That is what JT Podcast is communicating in a nutshell. On the same breath, you've heard the Cocomama with the bold lies telling you that she couldn't be able to join JT in a live podcast when JT was raising a legal fee, terming the time difference. There is no time difference when it comes to Qatar, Doha, and most of East African countries. They are on the same Greenwich Meridian time. They are of the same time zone. Doha and Qatar. Doha, Qatar to Nairobi and Kenya share the same time. So Tanzania, so Uganda. So you cannot say and come here to lie to people that you couldn't join JT Podcast live because of the time difference. There is no time difference. I'm in Doha, and that is the time. This is just an expose to let you know that these people, most of the time, they lie. And that is the Cocomama, that majority of people rely to them to disseminate the accurate and the correct information. People who do not even know whether they're defaming people or not. People who will always stand a complete 360 degrees to say that they are on the wrong, they are on the right. Yet the law stipulates otherwise. These are the people who advises Clarice. They're still yapping, telling that the Clarice channel is monetized, yet it is not. Now, it has been escalated to top notch to be monetized spiritually. Surely. Is Clarice channel a monitoring spirit to be monetized spiritually? All the money that ought to have gone to Clarice channel is now already being raised for a legal fee. Again, you are one to force Clarice to go and sue, to be enjoined with the case so that they can combine and also go and counter sue. Lynette, JT have tried to manipulate them. Cocomama have tried to manipulate them. Clarence and James have said they don't want drama. These are the family who are saying wherever JT is being taken, they will be going with JT. They are ready even to go to police. Now, a complete 360 degree stand that they don't want drama now. The reasons why they don't want drama? There is no fruits onto the channel. Channel not yet been monetized. Now, people have changed the focus. The focus is into JT. The focus is JT is being raised a legal fee. Yet, the team rescue went to rescue Clarice, salvaging the channel, opening the channel with identity fraud, identity theft itself. The channel has stagnated, and that channel is risking losing subscribers. Do you see a scam was being made into all this kind of activity that took them to court? And this one, I'm going to prove it at the progression stages of this video. So guys, a lot more also is happening. But that one that is also happening, it is what we are going to look at the progression stages of this video. But before we do that, if you're coming across this channel and this video for the very first time, kindly click on the notification bell so that any moment after a video, YouTube shall notify instantly to my subscriber. May God bless you abundantly. So let's dive inside away after the break.
And that's a fact. He suck and he reacts. Not a negative fellow who punches below, but a positive chap who balances his show. When there's confusion on top the mountains, he weighs decisions, dissects for simple brains. Whistleblowers who wish to bring trouble, who plan to make. Zack exposes nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Zack Senior, he analyzes and breaks it down. Zack Senior, he's an objective man. Zack Senior, a reactor, very positive, defender of truth, he is quite protective. Zack Senior, he analyzes and breaks it down. Zack Senior, he's an objective man. Zack Senior, a reactor, very positive, defender of truth, he is quite protective.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to YouTube Chit Chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel, so let's dive inside away. Let's forget, guys. A lot more is happening. Demongo has come and made a very bold statement of her miscarriage. In fact, the title was, "We've lost the baby." Kind of curious, kind of statement full of prank or not not pranks, but a lot of the Deemwango's audience and supporters have disagreed with her, mostly in a manner on how the message dissemination itself was delivered. People have started questioning Deemwango's integrity into this. I listened to the whole clip. Some people were saying it was dog. No. I watched the same video. There is nowhere Deemwango mentioned a dog. I also watched all the two lives. There's nothing that Deemwango said about it. The question that we're asking, is it true or not true? The only thing, we can only just buy what Deemwango says about it because they know better than us. The naysayers have turned it as a joke. Others are celebrating. Others have taken it, escalating to a top-notch negative vexation towards Demongo that they all knew that it was a fake pregnancy. So Deemwango has opened that Pandora box and given a content to the negative naysayers to continue an onslaught against them as a couple, him with her with Pero. The question is it true or not true? Deemwango have also closed the door that nobody should not ask her such kind of question. Or is it that Deemwango is communicating to the naysayers? Because for a long time, that is what the naysayers have been prompting, that they are really praying for the miscarriage to happen. Now, Deemwango have just come to communicate what the naysayers and the negative reactors have been communicating and disseminating all along. Whether it's true or not true, it's something that's to wait and see. Perhaps let's listen to all this.
It was just a prank. I was not pregnant. What?
What's the meaning of a prank?
It's a prank. It's a lie.
And how the chicken, the egg, them did a hatch in your belly. The egg, them did a hatch in your belly, Deemwango.
So we told you guys, we've announced we're expecting a child. You know, unfortunately, we've been struck with the miscarriage is how they called it professionally. But now we are psychologically through it completely. It's behind us. It's history, and we are only looking forward, and we not expect you'll do whatever you please, but we would expect you do the same. So yeah, that is it.
Reactors call it, and I can't take credit for this one because even me at one point believed D. I was on and off, iffy, on and off, iffy. Why on earth did D come on a live today to talk about we lost our baby? Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. This is unbelievable, guys. This is unbelievable. Too many people. But to reactors and to all the people who support us reactors who come here and we spill the beans and we tell you guys the truth. We tell you how these people are wicked.
That video, I've started with the video that Deemwango pranked the mother. That she was pregnant, yet it's not. The mother was mad, almost beating her. That's why I'm telling you, the only scenario that Deemwango have communicated, whether it's a prank or the truth, is best known to him. Mine is just to analyze, then leave you to judge unto yourselves. Is it a prank? It is true. Several times Deemwango have pranked the hubby. Deemwango has pranked the family. Deemwango has pranked the mother. But that was then. We are speaking to the losing of a child. Do you think Deemwango would prank us with the issues of miscarriage? Do you really think Deemwango would really come and make such kind of a statement, them as a couple, to let people know at the audience that they've miscarried? What people read or does not understand, that how could Deemwango be up live and kicking, smiling and happy while some people go through hell during the miscarriage? People are asking Deemwango, we never saw you going to the hospital so that your womb would be washed after the miscarriages. The question is, does Deemwango show everything on camera? And is it true there is a miscarriage? The issue is, if you all along we've been trusting Deemwango in anything that Deemwango says, therefore this one, I'm also still thinking we should just trust Deemwango. Perhaps the medical report would be there to showcase whether she miscarried or not. The question and the reactions of the audience, or even questioning Deemwango, we are very sorry if it is true. But if it is not true, it's a kind of a clickbait. Therefore, God will punish you. It's the same question I'm asking. Do you really know? And the kind of a reaction people never expected such to happen, but it happened. As per Deemwango. Whether it was a communication to elicit the reactions of the lazy gang or arouse the reactions of the audience, it's something to wait and see. Now it has opened the Pandora box whether Deemwango was even in the first place pregnant or it was a prank, because the precedents that already been set, Deemwango is full of pranks. People are now also relating this video to what Deemwango did in TikTok, was telling people that I'm older. I'm 40, turning 41. I'm having 3 kids. Yours truly, I'm also confused. And I still believe Deemwango was doing a prank. I still believe Deemwango is well pregnant, just awaiting to deliver the baby. But it would be very off if it was a kind of a prank to do with a child that's still not yet born, then you connect it with a miscarriage. You know, sometimes words are living. But I still don't think the caliber of Deemwango who would come here to state such kind of things, even if it's a prank. It's fine, you can prank people that you're pregnant, fine. But pranking somebody that is a miscarriage, then you're still expectant, I think is quite weird, of which I still don't believe Deemwango would say that. Therefore, I believe there was a miscarriage, if at all Deemwango came, because that is a medical matter. you cannot come and prank people with. You know, there are things that where we draw the line. Therefore, to me, I believe it's true. Because I cannot fathom that Demongo would come and tell people that there's a miscarriage, we lost the baby, and yet it's not. And it is not. Because even if you listen to their videos, they are already now planning in just shortest duration that they will embark to their journey, traveling and traverse this world so invasively. That one tells you the miscarriage has just happened. All that I need to say, Azak, we are very sorry. We wish you well. And in all your future undertakings, always protect yourselves. But what I disagree with the naysayers can never be the people who can stand in and start pointing finger at Deemwango that you lied. Where's the lie? Yet, you're the very people who have been praying for these miscarriages to happen. There's all hatch of this video. As now you see Mozungu Pebbles is now celebrating. And even giving the chicks that already hatched. And saying other unprintable words that Deemwango. Laughing. On the other hand, he wants come to depict Deemwango, a picture that Deemwango is a liar. Any naysayers who will come and start telling Deemwango of pranks and Deemwango how Deemwango is a liar, I want to buy that kind of notion. The reasons being, you're the very people who have been planning and who have been ridiculing Deemwango, speaking unspeakable things so that this miscarriage is to happen. You prayed about it. Whether Deemwango is giving you the same energy back, yet is not, it's something to wait and see. We cannot decide. Because sometimes also understanding Deemwango is a very difficult thing. So to you, us, the audience who are watching, the decision is up to yourselves. And that's why I'm asking the question below. Do you think there is a miscarriage? Or it's just a prank? Or Deemwango is just giving back the energy to the naysayers so that the naysayers could find something to say? I still cannot believe that it's something that really happened. It's something to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, JTPODCAST reality and a prelude is here. And the prelude itself is coming at a time, and also it's the sitting in JT because he couldn't really believe it. From the legal fees being raised and to start thinking of the outcome and telling people what happened if I'm defeated. It's already a prelude. It's already seeing into things that is going to happen. Things is going to unravel. You'll be defeated, not what if. It's a matter of when. That's what we're waiting. It's a matter of when you shall be convicted. Not if. The question is when, not if. The whole video that will be watched will tell you what will really happen. But if you want the prelude itself, let's listen to JT speak.
If I lose, okay, if I cannot defend myself, if I cannot really defend myself, or maybe have someone who can defend myself, prove that whatever I was doing is the right thing, as to me, I can be defeated, even though, to be honest, even though I'll be the one on the right, on the right side, or maybe on the good side of the truth. If I cannot prove that, whatever I'm doing is the right thing, I'll be defeated. And so that would have messed a lot of things. And so, and the penalty, how can I say, the fines related to this type of things, because I believe, and you all know that for sure, that throwing a case like this on my side is targeting to weigh me down and drain me completely to a point where I can raise my hands and say, dang, I'm done, I'm defeated. And so, and the penalty and the fines are much heavier They can even go to 20,000 US dollars or even 30. You never know. Even 30,000 US dollars. So I think
JT Podcast, in that video itself, JT Podcast have just hinted what will happen. You know, there's something that JT Podcast does not understand when it comes to any other kind of cases. A law or a constitution itself is a double sword. It's left, right, center, north, east, and west. He who appears for justice must come with equity, or who seeks the equity must come with clean hands. If you must understand the issues of defamation and how the law works for the civil wrongs. The law was created so that it creates order out of disorderly. The public order must be maintained. The law was made not for the truthfulness, but was made for the procedural. You want to be saying something truthful, but how that truth is being processed, it's unprocedural. You'll be fined and penalized on it when it comes to the law. The law and the code doesn't treat the truth, doesn't seek for the truth. It seeks for the civil wrongs. It seeks for the order and the procedural truth procession. How do you even process the truth? Do you know you might take a case to the court? Then you must have, sometimes you might be having in a possession of a true evidence. You present that evidence to the court. Then the question that you will be asked, how did you obtain that evidence? How you obtain that that evidence, it is also called the procedure and the process, because you cannot obtain an evidence without a court order. A court must give you an order for you to go and obtain the evidence. If you obtain that evidence and procedurally, the case itself technically shall be adjourned. Therefore, you will be deemed as a loser. You lose the case on a technical ground. For example, you are a thief. Robbery with violence. Then what happened? Police came to your house and Balaga and get everything along. Then secondly, there are some weapon possession that you have in your house. For the police to get in your house, they must get a court order telling the court that there is some evidence in your house. We really need to go and get them there so that we present them to court. Do you know if the police burglar into your house, take all those kind of weapons to present in court, the court will overrule it? How did you get this evidence? Because you as a defendant, you'll claim that you don't know about such kind of evidence. They are planted by the police. You can say those are not yours. Ask them, how did they get it? If court never give an order for them to go and take, therefore, how else could they claim that those weapons belongs to you? Case. Now I'm giving you one-on-one on how to deal with the cases. The law does not know whether you are right or wrong. The law treats the procedure. Just like information, you might be having a very valid information and a truthfulness. But somebody is doing 1, 2, 3. Therefore, how would you process this information in the public? The law requires this information must not leak to the public. This information must be taken to the police. This information must be presented to the court. You obtain a court order so that the relevant agency would act upon receiving that kind of information to release it. Because you releasing it, what was the intent? What was the malice behind it? Was for damage of somebody's reputation. And this is the public order that the court seek to protect. Whether you've done a crime or not a crime, you still have your privacy that the state itself cannot inherently take it from you. It's an inherent right that you must possess your privacy. So these are the fundamental principles that Article 4 of our Kenyan Constitution protect when it comes to the human rights. Inherently, the state cannot even take them from you. But there is limitations of it. If you use it against other people, that's when now the court will come to you. So it doesn't matter whether you'll be right or not wrong. The court is going to decide that how you acted unprocedurally. You acted in a manner to showcase that you are blackmailing, to showcase that you are denting somebody's reputation. If somebody has done something bad, you deal with the person. You don't deal with somebody's business. How you connect somebody's doing with somebody's business or somebody's brand? That's the thing. If I'm Zach Senior is my brand, a YouTube channel. If my YouTube channel as Zach Senior does something bad, deal with my YouTube channel as Zach Senior. But don't deal with Zacchaeus, who is my name. This is two separate people. Like, if you want to deal with AVL, deal with the AVL, because we are talking about AVL. How did AVL transgress to Chalo, Kush, and Lynette? Defamation. Lynette and Chalo Kush is so different with AVL. VBL is a brand. Lynette and Chalo are so different people. And this is where you people don't understand the law itself. You are going to be beaten thorough in that kind of way. But the Prelude itself has got one objective to achieve. One, sympathy, and for further money when JTPODCAST will come back to request money. Because JTPODCAST has set the standard that the fine could even be more than 30,000 USD. So you've been prepared. Anytime JTPODCAST will come here, request for further donation, therefore, you've been told. So this one is just by a crime and a scam in a clever way that's already been activated. But let's wait and see how things shall unravel. Guys, let me know what you think at the comment section. Until next time, this is Senior Zach.